In order to change this fuel filter on this 2007 Ford, got to get right underneath it. And here, man, I'm underneath the vehicle, looking up into a small little crevasse right in front of the fuel tank. You can see this one. Man, I'll bet you this one hasn't been changed. And it's 11 years. We'll see. Looks pretty rusty. But I got to get those clips out of there. And once the clips come out, then I'll wiggle the fuel filter out of there and hope I don't get covered with gasoline. Well, it's almost impossible to hold the camera and get one or two arms up in there and then show you how to get those clips out. But I had to squeeze on the back side and then use a screwdriver up on this side and kind of pop it out. It doesn't come off all the way, it just comes part way out. Same thing on the other side. And now I should be able to pop the hoses off and hopefully not get too wet. We'll see. Before I get in there and rip the other one out, here's a new one. And it says flow that direction. And looking up at the one that's in there, it's got a ridge on it, the same as the new one. There's no way I'd be able to read anything that says flow, but I can certainly tell which hose goes to the front of the vehicle and which hose comes from the tank. So I know that's the correct flow. Okay, I've got one end I've got off, but now I've discovered that right up in there you can see that there is a bracket holding the fuel filter in there. And it looks like I'm going to have to go up into the trunk area or the spare tire area of the vehicle to loosen off the nut. Interesting. Now that I've got some light in here and my bifocals on, I can actually tell that that is a bolt cap screw that's available to me from the bottom end and certainly not from the top end. So I gotta find myself a long extension, maybe a 1/4 inch ratchet, and a few sockets. It looks like might be 8mm, 7mm, 9mm. No, it isn't as big as 9. Anyway, it's not accessible from up top, in case you're thinking as foolishly as I am, or I was. Okay, that's loose now. Now I just have to get my hands up in there to get that inlet hose off. Well, that was a struggle. So it's out, and this end here is the outlet, and I'm going to have to carefully take that little piece of rubber off there, that seal, and put it onto the new one. The old one must have stayed in there, but I'm curious to know how plugged this was, so I'm going to blow through this. Okay, well, that's disappointing. I'm going to change it, but the disappointing part is that I actually blew through it pretty easily, which means it wasn't clogged. But time to put a new one in.